Destiny, a renowned author and speaker, delivers an empowering speech at a packed women's event. As she shares her story of overcoming trauma, scenes from a woman named Tony reveal her struggles in an abusive marriage with her husband Marcus. Desperate for change, Tony secretly attends the event, drawn to Destiny's message of strength and survival. After the speech, Destiny excitedly talks with her manager and woman she's scissoring, Kendall, but the conversation turns tense when Kendall scolds her for not mentioning a potential investor group, Leading Ladies. Destiny tries to smooth things over, but casserole Kendall hates how Destiny doesn't listen to her, saying it might be time for Kendall to move on. Before they can resolve anything, a big back row ton fan interrupts and Kendall walks away. Later, her sister Faith goes to her and says that their dead parents would be so proud of them, and that she has a special announcement coming up, making Destiny nervous. Feeling this could be her 13th reason, Destiny steps outside to clear her head. There she meets Tony, who creepily gushes about how much she admires her. They have an emotional conversation about resilience and fighting back. Tony wonders if someone shares her story without consent, and Destiny advises her to fight back. Destiny asks what brought Tony to the event. Tony confesses that this trip is her opportunity to completely turn her life around. Later, back in their hotel room, Destiny and Kendall reconcile. Their argument fades as they share a strap-on moment, with Destiny agreeing to meet with the investors. Both these women fine as hell. The next day during the meeting, Destiny finds herself uninterested. Meanwhile, Tony, looking like Kathy Bates in Misery, stalking Destiny from the hallway. The investors offer her a role in their company, but she would have to take a step back and be a supporting role, and they call her a victim in an insulting way. Frustrated, Destiny abruptly ends the discussion, insisting that Kendall can handle things since she has already done enough talking. She throws Kendall an irritated look and leaves. Kendall, embarrassed, quickly apologizes to the investors before following Destiny out. Outside, Kendall urges Destiny to reconsider, suggesting that she expand her career instead of always presenting herself as a victim. Destiny is offended and would rather focus on writing her book and personal projects. But Kendall remains practical, thinking about their future. She warns Destiny that if she refuses to let her make decisions that benefit them both, she will have to start making choices that serve her own interests, hinting at the possibility of starting her own company and even a divorce. During dinner with Faith, and her fiancé James, who is a politician, makes a joke about Kendall not being into polls, not knowing she is in fact into the plastic kind. They reveal that they're getting engaged. The discussion shifts to Leading Ladies after James mentions his connections with them. Destiny firmly states that they won't be taking the deal, making it clear that she wears the pants in the relationship. Kendall is visibly frustrated by Destiny's response and insists that they are still considering the offer. Destiny, upset that Kendall spoke for her without prior discussion, abruptly leaves the table, saying she's lost her appetite. Kendall follows after her, and they argue in private. Destiny is shocked that Kendall made such a big decision on her behalf. Kendall argues that Destiny's one experience won't sustain them forever, and that they need to expand their opportunities. Destiny snaps, insisting that her grape isn't just some business move, it's something she wants to use to help other women. She accuses Kendall of caring only about money. As Destiny storms off, Kendall says she wants a divorce, tired of waiting for Destiny to move forward instead of dwelling in the past. Destiny begs her to stay because her kitty too good. Kendall reiterates that she needs to worry about her inheritance because her generational wealth can only go so far. Later at a mixer, Destiny drowns her sorrows in alcohol. From across the room, Tony watches her closely. Earlier, Tony had spotted Kendall alone in the hallway, comforting Destiny's assistant, Sufi. That night, Destiny returns to her hotel drunk, only to receive divorce papers in the mail. Girl, your credit score finna plummet. The next day, Tony arrives at the spa, where Destiny had invited her the night before. When Destiny notices a bruise on Tony's face, Tony hesitates before admitting that her husband is abusive. She confesses that she fought hard to get to this event just to meet Destiny and ask for help. Destiny tells Tony she can't help her and suggests going to the police or a women's shelter. Tony becomes frustrated, saying that's not an option because her husband will always find her. Destiny, feeling defeated, says she's not the right person to ask for help since Kendall has filed for divorce and is taking the company with her. Tony suggests they could help each other, but Destiny dismisses the idea, admitting she doesn't even know how to help herself. In a very militaristic, yelling way, Tony challenges her, reminding her of the message she preaches, fighting back and reclaiming power. Girl, Tony is more unhinged than my auntie. Don't trust the hoe. Motivated by Tony's words, Destiny confronts Kendall about the divorce. She questions the NDA, and Kendall coldly explains that it's to prevent her from using their story in her next book. Kendall demands she sign the papers, warning her that if she doesn't leave quietly, she'll be exposed as a fraud who never truly fought back her abuser. Feeling defeated, Destiny walks away from the hotel. Meanwhile, Kendall stands on the balcony, smoking and crying. Moments later, she is violently yeeted off the balcony. Hearing the commotion, Destiny rushes back and finds Kendall's body, screaming for help. Nearby in the bushes, the divorce agreement lies crumpled. The authorities question Destiny about what happened. She explains she had been alone in the garden after seeing Kendall in the hotel lobby. When Detective Guillermo asks what Kendall was doing on the balcony, Destiny says she was smoking and assumes she must have fallen. Detective Guillermo can come and investigate me anytime he wants. Later, Destiny goes into a conference room and yells in pain, "But girl, you finna inherit all her wealth." Afterwards, Tony approaches Destiny, offering to talk. In Tony's room, Destiny advises her again to go to the authorities, but a sudden knock on the door makes Tony panic. Destiny offers to handle it, thinking it's Tony's boyfriend Marcus. Before she can, Tony quickly hides her and tells her to be quiet. From her hiding spot, Destiny watches Marcus aggressively confront Tony, demanding she grab her things and leave. Destiny has a difficult time coping in the closet as it brings back memories. When the shouting stops, Destiny emerges from the closet in tears, and Tony is nowhere in sight. Marcus looked pretty puny. I would have gathered my girls and bust his ass. At Kendall's funeral, Destiny gives a heartfelt eulogy. As she speaks, she catches sight of Tony standing behind a tree, watching from a distance. Unsettled, Destiny quickly wraps up her speech. Detective Guillermo shows up at Kendall's funeral, questioning Destiny about why she never mentioned the divorce or their argument before Kendall's death. Destiny insists it doesn't matter since she was in the garden, and Kendall's fall was just an accident. However, Guillermo hints that evidence suggests Kendall may have been murdered. Later at Janice's house, Kendall's mother makes passive-aggressive remarks about Destiny's eulogy. Destiny knows Janice holds her responsible for Kendall's death, and Janice bluntly states that if Kendall hadn't gone on the trip for Destiny, she would still be alive. Destiny throws it back in her face, saying that's why Janice's husband left her ass. Then Janice slaps Destiny so hard, Destiny's ancestors felt it. When Destiny returns home, she finds Tony waiting in her driveway. Over tea, Destiny asks how she can help her. "Now, Miss Girl, why is you having this crazy bitch over tea?" Tony cryptically suggests that Destiny can repay the favor, since Kendall's death prevented her from finalizing the divorce and ruining Destiny's life. Unnerved, Destiny tells Tony to leave, but Tony's tone turns sharp. She insists that she gave Destiny her power back, and now Destiny has to do the same for her. When Destiny hesitantly asks if she killed Kendall, Tony cheerfully responds that according to the police, no one did. Tony warns that the narrative could change if Destiny refuses to cooperate, pulling out the crumpled divorce agreement from her bag. Destiny threatens to call the police, but Tony claims she can frame her for Kendall's death. When Destiny demands to know why Tony is doing this, Tony says she read her books and believes Destiny fought back. Feeling cornered, Destiny confesses that she never actually fought back. It was all a lie. Tony tells her she has no choice. She must kill Marcus to return the favor, or Tony will go to the police and frame her. At Destiny's book signing, the event is abruptly canceled before it can even start, since Corn on the Cob Janice has had her book depublished. When Destiny pleads that her book is all she has left, Janice coldly responds that she doesn't want Kendall's name associated with Destiny's work anymore. Outside, Tony suddenly appears and urges Destiny to act soon. Destiny, in tears, insists she never wanted Kendall to die. Tony argues that Kendall was going to destroy her life and reveals that Kendall had been cheating on her with Sufe. At the office, Destiny confronts Sufe about the affair, refusing to let her explain. She then begins a meeting with the leading ladies, who are now doubtful about working with her. Destiny apologizes and tries to reassure them, handing Sufe a USB to play an audio recording of Kendall for the investors. However, when the audio starts, it's not Kendall. It's a recording of Destiny angrily ranting about the divorce and losing everything. Panicked, Destiny quickly stops the recording, realizing that Tony must have tampered with it. She frantically asks how Tony got into the office, but Sufe looks confused. She has no idea who Tony is, nor has anyone else inside the office. They looking at her like she a crazy bitch. As Destiny grows more hysterical, the investors decide to pull out. Sufe tries to reschedule, but they tell her not to bother. When Destiny enters her office, she finds copies of the divorce agreement plastered all over the walls. In a panic, she rips them down. Sufe steps in and gently suggests that she leave. Destiny then heads to the police station to see Guillermo. She explains everything that has been happening, and Guillermo assures her that he will look into it. To investigate further, he visits the hotel where Tony had stayed and tells the maid, "Into hotel, we all fam," and she opens the old room for him. Guillermo notices a copy of the divorce agreement sitting on the nightstand, stained with blood. Before he can take a closer look, Tony suddenly grabs him from behind and strangles him. He struggles, but she somehow overpowers him, choking him to death. "Bitch, now why yo ass didn't do this to your abusive husband, Marcus?" I'm so confuzzled. Later, Destiny arrives home, unaware of what has happened. She finds Tony waiting for her in the kitchen. Tony, calm but determined, tells Destiny that Marcus has to die that night and slides a gun across the table to her. Destiny hesitates as Tony walks away. As soon as the airheaded bitch is gone, Destiny picks up her phone and leaves a voicemail for Guillermo, warning him about Tony's plan. But it's too late. Guillermo is already dead. As Destiny anxiously waits for Tony, she receives a phone call from her sister Faith. She quickly tells her it's not a good time, but the voice on the other end isn't Faith, it's Tony. Speaking in a low, menacing tone, Tony warns Destiny that as long as she does her part and doesn't go to the police again, Faith will remain unharmed. Destiny's blood runs cold. Destiny arrives at the event for James' campaign where Tony is waiting for her. She demands to know where Faith is, but Tony reassures her that Faith is safe. She then pushes Destiny to go through with the plan. Destiny, visibly shaken, cries that she never wanted Kendall dead. Tony, unfazed, insists that Kendall's death was necessary for her to survive. Destiny reaches into her bag and pulls out the gun Tony gave her. But instead of aiming it at Marcus, she turns it on Tony. Her hands tremble as she threatens to kill her instead. Suddenly, Faith enters the room, her face streaked with tears. She begs Destiny to put the gun down. Destiny, frantic, asks if Tony hurt her. Faith looks confused and tells Destiny to calm down, since there's no one else in the room. Destiny shakes her head, insisting that Tony killed Kendall and has been threatening her. But Faith only sees her sister standing alone, talking to someone who isn't there. Girl, who saw that coming? Overcome with emotion, Destiny raises the gun to her own head. Flashbacks flood her mind, images of herself in Tony's place. Destiny killed Kendall and killed the detective. While James is about to make his speech to a crowd, Destiny's memories come back where James had raped her. His voice echoes in the background. The memories she had buried for so long resurface all at once. Instead of pulling the trigger on herself, Destiny suddenly storms out of the room, gripping the gun tightly. She makes her way to the stage, her breath ragged, her eyes wild with fury. James is there, speaking to the crowd, completely unaware of what's coming. Without hesitation, Destiny raises the gun and fires, shooting him straight through the heart. The audience screams in horror as James collapses. Within moments, police rush in and tackle Destiny to the ground, cuffing her. Faith, frozen in shock, runs to James as the chaos unfolds around them. Sometime later, Faith visits Destiny at a mental hospital. Tears stream down her face as she asks why Destiny never told her about the assault. Destiny's voice, quiet and distant, explains that she had blocked it out for so long that she eventually forgot. Still, every time she was in the same room as James, she would feel a strange unease, never understanding why until now. Faith tells Destiny to eventually tell her story to bring power to other women. Faith speaks with the doctor, who tells her that Destiny may remain at the facility for the rest of her life because of her dissociations. He reassures her that she is in a safe place, far better than any prison, and she won't be alone. Faith, heartbroken but accepting, leaves. Inside the hospital, Destiny sits in silence, her gaze distant. Then slowly she turns her head. Beside her sits Tony. Their eyes meet, and they share a knowing smile. James, being the villain, came out of left field. He was such a side character in the movie, I did not see that one coming. What did y'all think of that movie?
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.